Hi, and welcome to our Sunday Dharma discussion. We have a variety of ways to participate. You could have sent in your questions via email, or we have a Google form. So in the future, for those of you who'd like to, you can do that. We also have a Zoom room, so we have people there. You're welcome to raise your hand. And we also have people in the temple who can ask questions. So we're going to start with which page?
Page 9. Today we read page 9. In English. Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to go to the yellow prayer book on page 9, the Space Expanse Supplication. If you don't have it, you can just rest in meditation and listen. Namo, to the Guru, the utter purity of all appearance and existence, I offer all appearance and existence arisen from the primordial ground. I supplicate you. May the three realms be completely liberated. Please grant blessings to empty samsara from its depths. Lord with 5 omniscient wisdoms, crown ornament, kind one with loving nature, precious protector of beings, heart of all Buddhas, inexpressible by words or thought, I supplicate you from the core of my mind. Bless me from within the state of Dharmata. Bless me to realize this mind, primordially pure and unborn, as the unfathomable Dharmakaya. Okay, we'll start with questions that have been sent in. Jean Patino, is it possible for me to measure our growth together as Dharma practitioners? So together. She's feeling so much growth since the mandala offering began, and such gratitude.
Can you repeat the first part?
Yes. Is it possible to measure our growth together? Some way to note its growth, or how it's increased or magnetized or affected us, maybe. Affected. How our growth together as Dharma practitioners, how do we measure that? I'm not 100% sure what she's meaning, but I think I got a sense of it.
Yes. I think this answer probably your question lead this answer. The practitioners improve one's practice or not is the best measure by oneself. You should become measurement by yourself. And last year my anger is like this, attachment is like this, jealousy is like that, and then greed is like that, and then this year it becomes pretty better. Last year, if I heard this, I'm really unhappy. But this year, I'm a little become better. So that is a great result. And then sometimes when you do that, last year I am okay with that, but this year I am not okay with this. So that means I become worse. It's possible you think that, but. At that time, what do you do? It does not mean I'm become worse. It means today I'm going to. Today is time to improve my like a tolerance or my any other practices. I think then it helps you. For example, last year I practiced Tara, and I'm okay. But this year I practice Tara. My experiences are not good. Why? It's possible you have like this feeling, and then you immediately think, that means Tara helps me to purify my negative karma, because Tara open the root of my negative karma, imprint, try to purify my imprint of negative karma. That's where right now my feeling is like that. So that's where always be positive. That is important. And then if you, last year you are immediately upset with something, and this year is much better, and then you be happy, and then you share this for all beings. Share means may all Dharma practitioners become like this way, and that is your profound bodhicitta. Oh yeah.
Thank you, Khenpo. From Jordan Wolf, I am a newcomer to the path and am taking my vows online with Rinpoche this week. I have been meditating a long time, but in the Hindu tradition. I am wondering what practice I should start with as a newcomer. Should I do the empowerments or the flame meditation? Flame? Mm-hmm. Is this an individual matter, or are there basic techniques to begin with? Thank you.
Yes, actually, in the Dharma, Buddha also said that other practices like we call non-Buddhist, right? Non-Buddhist practices are also a path to journey in the practices. It's very good. And then, but then there's everybody has a main purpose, yeah? If your main purpose is come to GBI, right? The example. So you buy air ticket to go to Nepal. Then what happened is you can fly in the airplane and you will reach somewhere, but where you reach is you will reach in Nepal, but you will not arrive in GBI. Likewise, if you think in this very life, I'm going to attain Buddhahood, Dharmakaya or Sambhogakaya or Nirmanakaya, then it's better to practice Buddha Dharma. And that's one thing. Another, that's my one answer. Another is, okay, I would like to attain Buddhahood one day. So if Buddhahood is to reach GBI, for example. But right now, I love to travel Nepal, India, and other places. And then after I went everywhere, and then eventually I would like to come to GBI. So that's definitely, yeah, you went fly Nepal and India, for example, and then eventually you come. This is an example. First, you love to practice other practices. Of course, we respect. This is also great. You practice. And then my openly, maybe you did not ask that, but openly answer, I don't know, this answer is a very good answer or bad answer. Sorry for that. Usually, fundamentally respect all other religions. That's our responsibility. And who practice other religions and Buddhism together is really, really wonderful. Respect, right? But we are talking about the Buddhahood or enlightenment. So if you practice Hindu, I think, if you practice very well Hindu, I think you will attain the Shiva or Hindu gods. You can go to Hindu. They perceive some heaven or some pure land. You can go there because that is the law of karma. And you practice Buddha Dharma, but your wish is to become Shiva. I don't think you can become Shiva. If you practice Dharma, you will become Buddha. So this is not a contradiction, or this is not no problems, right? But I'm talking about the law of karma. You practice Buddhism and you will become Buddha. You will practice Hinduism, you will become Shiva, or actually I don't have knowledge. So they have other gods. You will become that. That's just looking through the perception of law of karma, but otherwise, who know? We can't say exactly that if you practice Buddhism and then you will become Shiva or not. It's a very kind of deep knowledge, so it's quite hard to say very clearly. But in this case, you practice both openly. It's wonderful. It's okay. That I was talking about the result. But right now, you practice both. You're great. Okay.
Okay. I don't see any questions yet in the Zoom room. I see a question in the temple.
Khenpo,
Oh, yeah.
thank you so much for your teachings.
Thank you. Thank you.
My question is related to the Buddha, and specifically to that state. How many Buddhas have been in history, or how many have been recognized? And do you think that there might be a Buddha that we don't know and is currently living?
So actually, we count 1,000 Buddha. 1,000 Buddha. They will become enlightened. They actually internally they already become enlightened, but they outwardly they show like they become enlightened in Buddha Gaya, India. So in the past time we it's 3 and 4 until 4 Buddhas. They shows the kind of they become enlightened, but they already enlightened in the Dharma that sphere, Pure Land. But in the human realm, they show, oh, right now I'm a prince, Siddhartha, and then I practice this, and then I meditate that, and then I become Buddha. That's 4 Buddhas already showed that. And then kind of this 1,000 Buddha will show continually. And then after that, and then universe change one time. Actually universe means that is what we say is the end of after the last Buddha is I think Buddha Mupa is called Buddha Mupa, and then after his teaching period finished, then that means all sentient beings become enlightened. Yes. And then specifically there are many Buddhas. We all possess Buddha nature. So one day they all blossoms.
Thank you, Khenpo.
Thank you.
Okay. Another question from before. Can you explain this is very specific, the 8th tantric root downfall, which is mistreating one's aggregates. The aggregates form, feeling, perception, mental formations, and consciousness. Mm-hmm. So this is Katerina. She's saying she doesn't understand that connection if one is in retreat, because when we're in retreat, pain often arises for sitting long periods of time. And she's listened to the stories of great masters. They often had extreme physical symptoms, even inabilities to move. So how to understand that and integrate that in our everyday life also.
Oh, yeah. So today I openly answer to one thing. I just make a problem between the Sutrayana and Vajrayana. The make problem is I will tell you that's the background. So in the Sutrayana, we say, oh, this body is impermanent. And then after this body and consciousness separate, this body become routine, and then it become earth or some kind of dirt. So it's meaningless. This body is meaningless. So that, and then especially, for example, monastics attached, for example, monastic attached beautiful lady, and then this monastic need to perceive that lady's form as like a skeleton. That means only bones or pores or blood and something like that. Skeleton means just focus, the first focus skeleton, because we judge only flesh and skin through this way, right?
Khenpo, just skeleton.
Or skeleton.
Yeah, there you
Thank you. And then attachment arises. So in the Vajrayana it says, exactly you said in the number 8 among the 14
Eighth tantric.
Not 8 tantric. I think it's called
Tantric root downfall, the eighth tantric root downfall.
okay. Or at tantric root downfall, it says if you look down your body, aggregates of body, then is you are engaged at how to say breakage of samaya. So that's why you are going to respect. Even you are going to respect your body, and you are going to respect others' body. Especially, you are going to respect the ladies' form, ladies' body, because if you don't disrespect their form and body, and then you are engaging 14th root downfall breakage of samaya. So now it's literally they are opposite, right? Literally opposite, but in the reality they are not contradictory. Contradictory. That means in the Suttarayana, if we have a strong desire, strong grasping to reduce that grasping, then we utilize some method to so we perceive this body is impermanent, and then it becomes like a earth or stone or something like that, and then those boys or girls or those beings where you attach, their form is like this pus, blood, and skeleton or something like that. So this is reduced. And then in the Vajrayana, we don't look down. We don't perceive through this way. We establish impermanent, but not through this way. So how to Vajrayana, these aggregates of this body is yidam deities, because this body established the essence of 5 elements. Essence of 5 elements is why it is important. We can understand why gold is important. Why is gold important? If I ask you, you say, oh, it is very expensive. Why is it expensive? Because in the reality, it is the essence of earth. The essence of earth, gold is essence of earth. That's why it is very important and very expensive. Likewise, this body, our body is essence of 5 elements, not only earth elements. That's why we don't want to look down. And then second, this body is Buddha, Yidam's form. Yidam's form. So when we visualize, for example, self-visualization, this is the Yidam deity. Yidam deity. And then Yidam deity is the like implements and ornaments, all of this decoration, what we see on their body is their inner qualities, their bhumis, realization of bhumis and paths and 10 powers, 10 perfections, everything appear from their body to outside. So that's where then we don't look down. We are going to respect. Okay.
Looks like you have a question in the Zoom room. That's Tom. If you could unmute yourself, please.
Maybe first you say you are going to leave, right? Yes.
Okay, hold on,
Sorry.
Tom. 1 moment.
Thanks, Khenpo. I was wondering if you could, during the sadhana, there was the mudras for the water offering and everything, but there's a second part with the inner, outer, and secret offerings. Could you just show us quickly?
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. So this is represent of form. This is a mirror. So rupa. Most time we say rupa. Some doing rupa, there's a little different, but either is quite similar. So most we do here rupa. This is a mirror. This is the form. The form appears into the mirror. Rupa. And then shabda. Shabda is like make a drums, something like that. Beat the drums. Shabda. Rupa shabda. Then gandem. This. Actually, this is gande, yes. Gande. And then rase is food, right? Food. And the saparshena is texture. Saparshena. Then Rana Mandala, Puja Ho is like a Rana is as a jewel, right? This is a jewel mudara of jewel. And then Puja Ho, we touching this is a union. Subject and object are union. Rupa, Rupa, Shabda, Gandhem, Rase. Rase is food to the tongue, right? And then Saparshenam, and then Ranam Mangala, Punjaho. Okay? Thank you.
Okay, so Tom, you can unmute yourself.
Yeah. Thank you so much for taking the question.
Thank you.
Kind of follow up from last week. I had a question about Mahamudra practice. When you start to see the emptiness of thoughts as they arise, will you automatically at that point also start seeing the emptiness of phenomena? Does that realization come together, or are they separate? Do they come at different times in practice? Or do they come together when you start seeing, like as soon as a thought arises in your mind, you see it as empty? And then
yes, they come together and separately both ways. For example, there is in the Mahamudra, usually we have Mahamudra has four yogas of Mahamudra, right? And then each one divided 3. So the total there are 12. So for example, gross one-pointedness is you focus on an object and then rest at ease. This is a Mahamudra practice, right? You rest at ease, and then sometimes the outer phenomena appear to you, but they becomes like incense of smoke, just appear in the space, and they appear there for a little while, and then they disappear in the empty space. So that's where outer things appear to you, and then sometimes these outer things not appear, but in inner fixation, you still have some fixations. You are at that time that meditation level is Mahamudra, but still there are some subtle fixations. Even fixate, for example, you experience bliss, and you experience bliss, and before you realize the union of emptiness and bliss, it's possible you are a little bit attached or a little bit fixate on this bliss for a moment. So this both ways it occur during the one-pointedness, and then during the simplicity, during the one test, they occurred, but they have it's more become subtle and less power at a very short moment. They are different. And then during the non-meditation, during the gross non-meditation and the medium level of non-meditation, still you have a little bit subtle fixation. So then this very actually we say great non-meditation level. At that moment, then you totally it's called sangtal. Sangtal means outer, inner. They all, and then there are no fixation. Subject and object, they all freed from fixations.
Hey, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Really good.
Rejoice.
I have another question that was sent in, but also Karen is on the Zoom room, so I'll read it now from Karen Strand. Since I came to this work, the Dharma in general, with the history of meditation, the concept of dedication was new to me, and it took me a long time to warm to it or to get used to it and understand it. Here is what is, I'm going to do a quote that she's put here from a master. Here's what is written about making a dedication when feeding a dog. Okay, so an animal. And she said she had mentioned she would send this. So the quote is, and I will read most part of it. If he gives so much as a mouthful of porridge or other food to dogs or to other animals, he, the bodhisattva, dedicates that so that those very animals may have good rebirths, so that they may benefit, so they may be set free. He dedicates so that they may turn away from animal wombs, from the ocean of suffering, from the basis of suffering, from the root of suffering, from that place of suffering. He takes them as objects and takes all sentient beings as objects and pays attention to them, and with respect to that wholesome action, puts them first. That is, he dedicates it to complete knowing. So her question is, how do I distill this dedication into something that can be recited when she feeds her dogs? Or is it not needed, and just the dedications we have already learned are fine?
It depends your feeling, and Buddhist. We generate bodhicitta has many kind of many ways to generate bodhicitta. Sometimes we generate bodhicitta for example, an animal which passed away. It's only we generate bodhicitta that for that dog or animal to become or attain dharmakaya. And sometimes we generate bodhicitta that animal rebirth in the human realm and become like a spiritual master or a dharma practitioner and so forth. So it depends your wish. If you think this dedication right now you read that you wish to accomplish as the meaning of this dedication, your prayer, your dedication prayer, and then you are okay to maintain with this prayer. And actually, dedication is important, and dedication prayer as a slightly different way, because dedication means we over merit, we cultivate merit that we give away to other beings, one being or many beings, right? And then the wish, then our wish, there are different wishes. In the prayer means in each recitation says, may they become enlightened, may they become bodhisattva, may they rebirth in the human realm, and something good families, something like that. Or if we dedicate those beings who are need to get good job and so forth. So it's related to your enthusiasm. And generally, if that is quite similar that before I talking a little bit something. So these for example, this yellow book, these dedication are actually we brought from, most of these are brought from Buddha's Suttara. So that's how Buddha's dedicated. How did their dedication they did. So then we pray that may I also do same thing. For example, what Ngachino Boche did or does, may we can do or we some as he did, right? Or he is doing. Same like is what Manjushri did, may I can do same thing. What Kunduzambo Samedabara did, may I can do it. So this dedication is also very profound. And mainly it's your related to your motivation, your enthusiasm. Okay.
All right, Lisa in the Zoom room, unmute yourself, please.
Tashi Dele Khenpo, thank you so much for your precious teachings. I have a question about, can you please explain a little bit more about the samaya being in the practice, the meaning of that, how to understand in more detail? Thank you.
Samaya being is literally samaya is in the Dharma words is samaya is we like oath and promise. Then being is still, it's not included Xingxing being right now, but they are actually included bodhisattvas or yidam deities. And then, so samaya being means they have a special promise or vow, or they out the union, the wisdom beings. Union wisdom beings means they will become wisdom beings. They promised. For example, if today I first time to go to college, yeah, and after I graduated, then I must get this job. So for that reasons, today I joined in the college. And then, so I have this promise with me, and then when I graduated, and then I must work that job. Likewise, samaya being actually they how to say samaya being they will become the wisdom beings. That is their samaya. And then union samaya being and wisdom being. And then this is a right now. First, we are ordinary being. And then self-visualization means we visualize a yidam deity, and then we will become monastic. Yeah. First, we are lay practitioner, and then we become monastic. Likewise, there is one Tara, and then we are Xingxing being, and then we self-visualization means, and then we will become this Tara, self-visualization Tara. So then I practice self-visualization. Why? Because I'm going to become wisdom being. wisdom Tara who came from Aganishita Pure Land. So, so that is the my promise. So my promise, I promised I will become wisdom being Tara. So this is called Samaya being. It's clear? Okay, thank you.
Okay, the next question that was sent in, Eugene Aspar. I know the Guru Yoga Nidra practice has just started, but I am concerned about what is the mantra to be accumulated in that practice. Is it our Yidam deity mantra that we are working on 100,000 times, or is it the Guru mantra?
This is a this is a mantra of all these Vajradhara and Vajradhara's retinues, everything, and then the lineage gurus. They all that is actually language to invite all the blessings from Vajradhara, and then we taking 4 empowerments from Vajradhara, and then we invite Telo, Naro, and long lineage gurus and short lineage gurus, blessings invite. So that is not exactly the Sanskrit language, the mantra or pronunciation of Sanskrit part. So that is we will communicate directly through our own language. So that is the Guru Yoga, and why we do this, okay? Why do we do that? Is usually Guru Yoga means we practice Guru, over real Guru, right? For example, Ngachi Rinpoche, on Rena Donza, this mantra we recite. And then in this Mundo practice, Guru Yoga means we this Guru is Vajradhara. Guru appears as in the Vajradhara's form. This Vajradhara is also Nemanakaya, Sambhogakaya, Dharmakaya. These 3 kayas radiate from there, but essence is our Guru's heart. The essence of Vajradhara is our Guru's heart. So we have a special connection with this. So this is a kind of it's okay. We don't call mantra in this way, because usually whenever we say mantra means always some like Om Ahum Vajrang Guru Pimasita Om Mani Pime Hum, something like Om Ami Devashi. Those things we call mantra, right? And other things, for example, please turn the way of Dharma, we don't call mantra. So, but right now we are going to cultivate this that part. So don't worry, that is not mantra. So then there's no benefit of recitation of mantra. Don't worry, because this is a very powerful prayer. Okay.
All right, anybody else in the Zoom room or in the temple?
Thank you, Khenpo. Yeah, I like to know what is one taste, and how to do the visualization.
Oh yeah. Oh, yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
One test is I often say that if we are going to practice one test, first we are going to start from equanimity. So equanimity is related whether or today's weather is too hot. Today's weather is so much raining or some snowing or something like that. And then we are very sensitive with the weather. Uh, we have that. And then during the practice, we try to bring like an equanimity. Or today's weather is too hot. First, of course, I don't like hot weather, and then we remember, I'm going to be balanced. So practice equanimity. So good weather, it's okay. I'm okay with the good sort of hot weather. Or today's it's very cold weather. First, suddenly we think, it's not good. Today's weather is not good. And then we think ourselves, I'm a practitioner, so I should be okay with cold weather. So cold weather and hot weather, both a little bit coming together. And then and then slowly, these are one test means we make one test is quite hard. We really need to experience. So that's why then cold weather and hot weather both, we cannot fix the weather conditions, but internally I'm okay with the both. So this is outer one test. Inner one test is sometimes we have very kind of a happy feeling. Wow, something like that. Sometimes we have unhappy feeling of unhappiness and very kind of upset, and seems everything we lost. So that happened. So both ways, okay, happy feeling during the happy moment be balanced. And when we have sometimes upset or some have problems, it both ways okay. And that is, and then slowly we will first we make okay, and then second we can experience. One test means it's not only food, but it's related to food too. Today's food is so delicious, and eat. Today's food is not delicious, so I don't want to eat. That happened, but we try try to bring balance. That's one. Second, inner also one test, and then one test. Actually, this single thing, many things. One test, and one test become many things. That is this in the Mahamudra says that. It's a difficult one, but I give you example. One test, many things become one test. It means my enemy, my friends, or the trees, chairs, everything there. One test means everything is emptiness. So the power of realization of emptiness, see enemy, see friends, see chairs, see books, everything is emptiness. So we relax on the stage of emptiness. That means many things become one test. One test to become many things means also, actually it's just we turned the way. It's we focus tree, okay, emptiness. And we heard some good information. Is all the sounds are emptiness. We heard bad information, sounds are emptiness. So both cannot affect our mind. So that is the one test become many. That means wherever we focus, today, tomorrow, anytime. But the main thing is one test. We can practice one test with the bodhicitta, one test with the emptiness. So during the bodhicitta, okay, we can generate the bodhicitta, ants or dogs, or human being, or somebody in the hospital, or somebody who helped them, or somebody are healthy. Both ways we can generate compassion. Right now, our compassion is sometimes what happens is people who has more suffering, and then we feel compassion. Who has no suffering, we feel not compassion. That's why we cannot make one test. So compassion and bodhicitta are same. The emptiness I mentioned earlier. Okay? Oh, thank you.
Any other questions from the Zoom room? Okay, so a second question from Karen Strand. And I will go back and say that the first question was also related to a training anthology of Shantideva, which is a collection of the sources Shantideva used for what we now know as the Way of the Bodhisattva. So the second question is regarding another place in that particular text where it is mentioned that any wholesome movement can be dedicated. So wholesome could mean anything from virtuous, something that's good for you. So it is mentioned that any wholesome movement, like movement of the body, can be dedicated. I think the central idea here is to constantly keep in mind benefit to self and others. And can I go back and dedicate that work for myself and for other dancers as per the Vajrakalaya dedication?
You guys, I have a little more detail if you need it.
Go ahead, Karen. Yeah.
Okay. So this is, I'll just read it. It's self-explanatory. It says, can you hear me?
Yes, yes.
While practicing the Bodhisattva's way of life, whatever forms he sees, whether attractive or repulsive, and also whatever sounds, scents, tastes, touchables, or experiences he encounters, whether attractive or repulsive, or irreproachable, pure, beautiful, lofty, or luminous, gladness arises, happiness descends, calmness arises, pleasure is born, joyfulness abides, delight appears, suffering ceases, mental health appears, the mind becomes fit for work, the heart softens, the senses experience pleasure, and he feels happiness. This he dedicates to all the Buddhas with the following dedication in great measure. Okay, I read the wrong part. So anyway, that's dedicating to the Buddhas, but the part with movement in it, it's basically like anything you do that's positive, like taking a shower in the morning, you can dedicate on, which I found a little fascinating. So this is whatever he has, such as robes, alms, foods, shelter, or medicine for the sick, whatever bodily actions he engages in, such as going and coming, standing up and sitting down, any time of practice or movement, based on bodily posture, stillness and bodily posture, whatever is well done in thought, world, and deed, you get the idea. So you can dedicate anything positive. And I think what's going on here is just to constantly keep in mind benefit of self and other as you move through the day. But since I was a movement person, and we did some really amazing work, not all of it was good, but some of it fits the wholesomeness. And I was wondering if I can go back and dedicate that for myself and my dance colleagues who participated in that.
Okay, thank you so
I'm
much.
done.
You read this Shantideva's dedication prayer, right?
Yeah, all the time.
I mean, right now, moment ago, you read that part, right?
No, this section was, so this is all of the sources for the entire book, not just the prayer. I mean, yes, that's in here.
I see.
Could we someday, I know it's not like I have so much to learn yet. I would love to do a study group that marries this background sources to what Shantidevi wrote, because, well, first of all, this guy spent his life writing this book, and it is his wish that someone would do a course where you put them both together. You read the Shantidevi Way of the Bodhisattva section and then the background sources, which are here. I think you'd be perfect for the job, but you're kind of busy. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. And the thing is I just open the book. I open it to whatever, because it's vast. And then that's what I opened it to the other day. which I found interesting because I did, when I started this work, really have, like, I just didn't understand dedicating. I came to Buddhism with, I was a very adequate meditator. And I would kind of sit in the corner and go, okay, so you guys do what you do, and I'll be here when we're meditating. I know what I'm doing. I know I'm doing it with you. So it took a long time, and it annoyed my teacher so that I wasn't dedicating a lot. So it's kind of a penance when dedication comes up. I pay attention now.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Let me first a little bit answer the one test part briefly, and then I will answer your question. So usually one test in the Mahamudra, one test is the Mahamudra practitioner who gain the realization of union of clarity and emptiness, or the union of bliss and emptiness. At that time, of course, the fun is great because this union of bliss and emptiness arise. It's wonderful, right? But sometimes still they have a subtle fixation. I already mentioned subtle fixation. When this subtle fixation arise, the Mahamudra practitioners, and then first arise the union of emptiness and bliss, and second arise fixation, they have a different feeling. So that's where first level they try to make one test, even fixation and union of bliss and emptiness, same make one test, try to make one test. Second time they can do it, but still they have the imprint of fixation. And the third time, then they can overpower this imprint of fixation. So that means then whether fixation arises, in the reality the fixation arises, but they immediately they can test as a union of clarity and bliss, or bliss and emptiness. So that is called one test. Okay. And then the Karen, you this I think I will answer one thing. Probably it also a little bit help our way of dedication. Some part your dedication prayer is quite hard to understand for me right now, but I will check this. It is in Elizabeth's hand, I think, the copy. So I will read, and then maybe next week Sunday I will answer.
Sure.
Then today is related to dedication. For example, Buddha invited a king when Shakyamuni Buddha was in India. He invited for lunch a king. Then the king invited Buddha and his students, another monastics together, and he made an offer gorgeous lunch, very delicious lunch. And then Buddha ate. Buddha and all of them ate this lunch. And then after Buddha ate, and then Buddha ready to dedicate, the little far from Buddha's, where they stay during the eat lunch, and there was a very old woman and pretty poor one, very poor and unhealthy one woman was there. And then when Buddha dedicate, sometimes it mentioned the names, people's names, yeah, in the dedication prayer. So Buddha did not mention the king's name, but Buddha mentioned that woman's name, and then Buddha dedicated the lunch, merit of lunch. And then king was a little bit uncomfortable. And then king asked Buddha, why you did like this? And then Buddha said that you are a little bit arise some self-pride, something like that. Oh, I made big lunch, so for the Buddhas. But that women rejoice. Your lunch you offer to the Buddhas and students of Buddhas. That's where I not particularly dedicated for her, but because of power of her rejoice, so she like a magnet, like a what to say, she take away my dedication prayer. She takes away. She takes my dedication. So that's where it happened. Buddha said that. So there are actually rejoice is a great practice, and then when you see people dance beautifully, people sing the songs with melodious voice, and even people move forward, even how to move. Yeah, some move gently, as like a Buddha walk on the floor, and then you remember, oh, he or her or their movement action is like a Buddha some movement, and then you dedicate that this merit. May all beings can go very gently. That means they are not running for the suffering. Yeah. And sometimes people move very fast. That means bodhisattvas activities. That means they are bodhisattvas so busy to benefit other beings. That's where they step so fast. Oh, that is then you through this you can dedicate. And sometimes they are used anyhow. Whatever you see. Whatever you heard, whatever you feel, everything you can dedicate with a special realization, Special realization, in this case, I don't mean first you are going to realize emptiness or something like that. You just focus positive part and you turn the positive way, yeah? Positive way. So, and then you dedicate. So everything we can dedicate. And then this dedication merit our benefit our lives and other sentient beings' lives. Okay?
Yes, perfect. Thank you.
Even your dog move in front of you, really you can dedicate. Okay?
Okay, that's it for the day. Khenpo, do you want to do a dedication?
Oh, yeah. Everybody, please arise your bodhicitta. And today I read this short dedication prayer. There is a one we have. Okay, there. Okay. Just as the hero Manjushri realized things as they are, so too did Samintabhadra. I will follow in their path by perfectly dedicating all of these virtues. Since all such dedications have been praised as supreme by the Buddhas of the three times, I perfectly dedicate all my roots of virtue toward excellent conduct. Okay, thank you so much. May you all greatly benefit all sentient beings. May you all have long life and happy with your bodhicitta, with your love. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Khenpo,
everyone. We'll see you
Thank
next time. Next week, we are having our full Sunday program. It's December 7th. We'll see you then. You can unmute yourself to say thank you to Khenpo.
Thank you, Khenpo.
To JJ Khenpo, thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Khenpo La.
I should say thank you, you all. My friend criticized me. What do you know? My friend actually sincerely told me, other masters teach, they make a joke, make laughing, and then students are happy. When you teach, you teach serious, seems your student will sleep. You make your student feel sleep. So that's where still you practice patience, forbearance through this way. So I should say thank you so much. Okay,
Thank you, my perfect teacher.
Thank you.
Ditto.
Thank you.
Precious,
Sending
perfect
love.
teacher.
Thank you.
Don't change. Don't change.
We all change.
We love your teaching, Khenpo La.
Thank you.